Brian here from Quant Lab. Just wanted to give you a preview of the new look of the website. A lot more professional. I'm stripping out a lot of content from my previous version of the website at quantlabs.net. Just wanted to introduce you to the courses and what they will entail and the charges, the prices I'll be charging. So let's first talk about currently the Quant Leap membership will still remain open. It's only $97 a month, but I'm going to show you now the new pricing of each individual course, which will be completely spun out and be independent from each other in what you're seeing right now. So first course that we have is the Futures Options Strategies course. Now this course is been running on my Facebook as a survey, a little survey. This appears to be the most popular topic out of all of them. So basically this is learning the basic foundation, fundamental, where the market has been operating for over 100 years before electronic trading, learning the same concepts. I've provided the algorithms with source code and walkthroughs to get you started. But again, I'm stressing here 100 plus years that this type of analysis has been in place, and this is what the professionals use. So if you learn this way, learning the fundamentals, you will have long-term success, okay? That's why I'm doing it. And what we're focusing on is obviously in the futures and options market. This is also focusing on commodity, currency, metal, and financial with pure fundamental analysis. And as it says here, you will learn how to apply foundation with what the pro traders use, because this is what the pros are using. If you're like me, who reads or consumes a lot of the Bloomberg news analysis that comes out each and every day. So these are some of the samples that are available. There are over 24 modules, units, which are pretty well the same definition. But in this case, we have demand for storage, treasury bond, euro dollar, which you should be watching, which impacts everything else around you, namely the FX markets, as well as the markets themselves. There's also really analyzing the treasury, and then of course understanding the, let me just see here, temporal market, pricing theory, and random walk, and blah, 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 blah. And here, what I also provide is a class library of all the functions that I have for both C++ and Python. So when you look at this, it also includes hedging, optimal hedging. So when the markets are crashing or about to crash, you can hedge. We have some examples from that using call put parity, which was the #1 most profitable strategy last year. On top, of course, we're using the basic foundation of Black-Scholes option pricing, various examples on when you should take on an option versus a future. And as I said, we have both the C++ and coding samples. And obviously, we've got walkthrough videos from the course that we're modeling from, which is a UC Davis course. So one thing I want you to understand here is, again, this will be an independent course. So if you could see right there the price that I'll be charging, which some are already saying that this is still underpriced for the value that it's worth. It's going to be $597. So that's going to be one charge for this particular course. So that may sound a lot, but some are saying I could probably charge a lot more. So the next course we have here is the Interactive Brokers API course. This was done last year. And again, for those that may not know, Interactive Brokers is probably the most advanced automated trading broker on the planet. So I've provided a complete walkthrough of how to do it in Windows, Mac, and Linux. To find actual demos in both Linux and Mac is pretty tough to do. So I found some coding examples, and I've also provided obviously the code as well as the walkthroughs to show you how to do that. And that's for both Mac and Linux. I'm preferring, obviously you could tell I'm running on a Mac I'm not a big fan of Windows, and I would not recommend anyone to do their trading on Windows. But whatever, the same concepts will work on Windows because we are using Java, C++, and Python, which of course will also run on Windows if need be. So here, once again, are some of the examples. For instance, we got Redis, probably the world's fastest NoSQL database. In actual fact, it's probably the world's fastest database. And of course, we are going to be doing demos or showing demos in Python, in this case here, as well as we've got various coding examples done in C++, the C++, Java, and Python. And we're using the POSIX version as well here for Linux and Mac, on top of connections into TWS, as well as the IB gateway, which can also translate into fix if you really wanted to go the professional way. Now, also another big thing is at what point do you want to use what programming language? So we have a section on that. Also, over the last couple of weeks, I've been playing around with Dukascopy, so I've got a couple of videos to show you how to interface into Dukascopy as well, which I'm finding to be probably the best retail Forex broker out there for those that have under 10 grand. Now, if you've got 10 grand minimum to fund an account, obviously you probably want to go with LMAX, but with Interactive Brokers, you do need 10 grand as well to fund the account. So as usual in this course, I provide all the source code for both the three languages, C++, Java, and Python. And then of course here, we've got over 10 plus hours of video walkthrough that enable you to, the one playback of a complete webinar that I had for 5 hours, as well as another one for a one-on-one query, and on top of my usual walkthroughs I do throughout the different modules. So that's the Interactive Brokers API course. Now the last one, which is also turning out to be a very popular one, is the Python algo trading components in Python. It's also the building blocks for infrastructure. So when you look at this one, hold on, let me just make sure we got the pricing down for the previous course. It's $497 for the Interactive Brokers. Okay, so here, the ultimate guide to building an algo trading system. These are all the crucial components that you would need for an automated trading system. So we cover all those. What we cover are things like, obviously it's done in Python, and setting up your Python environment, which is probably the hardest part of the whole step. It has also been using Mac and Linux, but also, as I said, can be run on Windows as well. We use PyCharm IDE. We also show demos of it in another IDE as well, but the one I prefer is now PyCharm, which is free. Okay, so the other things that are included are, again, Redis, world's fastest NoSQL database. How to interface from Python with Interactive Brokers is nowhere as detailed as with the other API course for Interactive Brokers, but this will give you a brief overview for using Interactive Brokers. On top of that, we've got also Yahoo Finance, how to download the data, charting as well, or visualization using both high charts and Matplotlib. There's another package that I'm also including, which was free at the time, but which is now commercial, but it's still a pretty good visualization package. And of course, we include the source code, the scripts, and video walkthroughs as well. So once again, that price is $497. So when you figure it all out, there's three courses at $497, or sorry, two courses at $497, so that's already $1K. On top of the other course that I highlighted here, the futures and options, that price I've set at $597. So when you add all those up, that's $1,600. So right now with the Quant Elite, you can get all access to everything for $100 for all three, and that will stay open for a while. And that's a monthly fee of $100. So if you want to save a ton of dough, now's the time to get the Interactive the Quant Elite membership, which is pretty well identical to what this is, just a different presentation, different navigation, a lot more professional, cleaner. I've done a video on this before, but I just want to show you now the overview of the course descriptions. And then of course we've talked about the quant analytics full service. This is still to be done, the dashboard and all that. But I can tell you this view is a lot more professional, a lot more simplistic, a lot less confusing, and I'm keeping it that way because over the years I have had many people ask me, how do I do, but I'm confused. So I'm addressing that for everybody that wants to move forward with this. All right, so hopefully this will help you out. And again, I stress, we will be removing the public access of the Quant Elite membership fairly soon, so all the courses you're seeing will no longer be priced in for the 1 month of $100, the monthly price. After that public access has been removed from the Quant Elite, the only available options that will be available will be these links I'm showing you here of this course here, $600 US, this course here at 500, this course at 500. So right there, $1,600 if you were to do all three. But right now, if you still get the courses all in one, it's only $100 for the quant lead. So I just want to put that out there and let you know about it because we're coming down close to the wire and getting everything all wrapped up with the new quant analytics service as well as these new courses that will be associated with this new website section of the quant analytics section. So if you're interested in saving some money, now's the time. Hopefully this will help you out. Over and out.